What's up, everybody? It's Zanisha Lynn with Shut the Fuck Up and Meditate. And I'm back with another video. I hope you all are doing well. And finding your way, just like I am. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys an update, kind of like a before and after, because on this spiritual journey and on this healing journey, we have so many tips and tricks and ways to get over our hurt and to get over our trauma and to get over our pain, but I really don't see anyone giving like updates on is the healing actually working or, progress. Not to compare myself to anyone else, this is my story, this is my channel. So I'm basically going to give y'all an update on my journey of healing, some progress that I have made by doing the work. Because you are always healing. It is an ebb and flow. It's a loop, continuous loop. But at some point, you're going to have, we make progress. And we talk enough about how, I'm healing, I'm crying, I'm sliding down the wall, and this happened and that happened. But we don't glorify the progress that we've made. We think we need to be all the way fully healed, and the truth is you will never be fully healed. You will always be learning. We will always be students of the game. You feel me? So today's video is all about an update on my healing journey and the progress and the results that I've seen by doing the work. So come on in, sit down, get comfortable, grab a cup of tea. I was just sitting out here talking to God, and he gave me the message, of course, to myself, but then he also said that I need to share it with you guys. Like I said, be authentic, because we only want to show up when when all the blessings are rolling in, when we got the new car and the new house, the new job, the new place, the new environment, the new lover. I almost wasn't going to do the video because I'm like, I am making progress, but I don't like how I look. And I know I'm beautiful, but my hair is not the way that I would like it. These eyebrows need to be waxed and plucked. My skin is dry, but I feel so good on the inside. I really do. Like, you could see the glow from the inside out, the sparkle in my eyes and the joy in my spirit, I'll be walking outside with my son, and I don't be feeling the best because of the things that I stated. My Virgo rising, I always got to look on point. I don't even want to make a video unless I'm on point. You feel me? And, I feel like we've gotten too much into the aesthetic of things. Don't nobody want to do nothing unless they got a green wall with a light and neon lights and all the fixings. You don't want to come on here unless you have a full face of makeup and everything is in tip-top shape. But this is the part of the journey where I feel like we do need to be more raw. We do need to be more authentic, and do need to let people know, like, this is what starting over looks like. This is what taking back your power looks like. It's not always going to be glitz and glamour. There are going to be days where you are depressed and you're down and you don't look your best, but nevertheless, you're still making progress. So the story time, and I don't do story times, but this is my first story time. First time for everything. Step out of the comfort zone. So the story time for today is, I've been healing from a lot of things. Generational trauma patterns, generational patterns, deceit, deception, heartbreak, betrayal. People projecting their things onto me, job loss, car loss, house loss. In my last video, I basically said it without saying it, that me and my 3-year-old were homeless. I'm with family now. You know, I'm in a place. I got a roof over my head. It's not the best, but it's better than sleeping on these dirty Atlanta streets. It's better than being vulnerable out here to all these different spirits and shit. So this is my progress. So like I was saying, you know, we're all healing from things. Some of us are healing from multiple things. Some of us are just healing from, you know, a little something, but nonetheless, we're all healing. And like I said, I was healing from the betrayal, generational patterns. I won't say curses, but just generational patterns and circles and karma. And me being the one to recognize that there's something wrong and step away from it. You know, everyone is catching on to the phrase now that, you know, the trauma and the hurt and the pain was not your fault, but it is your responsibility to heal and to be aware. Because, you know, when you heal yourself, you're healing others around you. And that was part of the message that God shared with me and that I'm sharing with you guys. So yeah, I was healing from heartache, heartbreak, betrayal from close ones, from people that I called friend, people that I called lover, people that were actually my family, and it really hurt. And of course 2020 happened and I lost my job, I lost my car, I lost my house, and I got nervous. But I really had the chance in the last 2 years to really connect with myself and to heal from all of that. God gave me the time to rest and a time to really just sit and take care of myself. And that is one thing that never happened in my family. My family is go, 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 grind, grind, grind. Don't show no emotion. Cry about it later. Don't let nobody see you cry. Don't let nobody see you sweat. You know, so my family is very much go, 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 go. Get a job. Pick something. Stick with it. Just very traditional ways of doing things. And I'm the one that's stepping outside the box and doing things differently. So I really thank God for this pandemic, because for the past 2 years, although I have some bumps in the road and I was healing from a lot of BS, I received lessons that I asked for. I haven't had to work. I mean, I was doing like little gig work, you know, Lyft and Instacart and things like that. But I never wanted it for anything. Me and my son were good. I didn't have to get up and clock a 9 to 5. I didn't have to deal with that stress. I had already dealt with that enough. So God really gave me the time to just really rest and take care of myself and find myself and figure myself out and really just see what it is that I like to do and what I want to do with my life, as opposed to doing what everyone else is doing. You know, getting up, going to work, and doing the routine thing. And I do want to say that there is nothing wrong with a nice routine and having a job and having a 9 to 5, but I just know it's not for me. I'm 32 right now. I know I don't look it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I still get carded and everything, but thank you. I'm 32 and I've been working, and I'm talking about manual labor. I've been working since I was 19 years old. I got my first job at 19 at a warehouse. Might as well say a goddamn sweatshop, because they was working our little asses for $7.25. I was making $400 a week. So yeah, I've been doing real physical hard labor. I've been a CDL bus driver for the city. I've worked for the city. I worked for Amazon warehouses. I was a garbage girl. I drove garbage trucks. I worked for the city as a landscaper. Uh, riding all that heavy equipment. So yeah, I've been putting in physical work, physical strenuous work, and it made me very tired and very overwhelmed. So I'm glad that God has given me this time to really focus on myself and just rest. No one in my family gets to rest. They want the rest, but they don't get to do it. And when they see me doing it, it's a problem, because it's like, you should be working. You should be doing something. And I'm like, no, I'm taking a different approach. I don't want to be miserable, 50 years old, at a job for 20 years and can't buy a house, can't travel, can't do what it is that I want to do. I can't live my life how I want to live it. Like I said, that's nothing wrong. It's just my family is stuck in that matrix of living. So I'm basically on my own. I don't get no support from them. They laugh at everything that I do, or they always got something to say, but I'm like, it's cool. I'm going to show y'all that following God and surrendering my life to Him, and also just taking the time to heal myself and break free from those traumas and those patterns, I'm going to show y'all. It's going to work out just fine. But back to the story time. Yeah, I've been healing from all of that. But one of the major things that really had me sliding down the wall was the relationship with my child's father. And we've been in each other's lives off and on since 2016. I got pregnant in 2018 and had our son in 2019. So he broke my heart. Like, I really, really love dude. He did me dirt. He did me wrong. I saw a future with him. I saw many things with him, and he broke my heart, on top of all the other things that I named. But like, him breaking my heart, and him knowing my background, and him knowing that like I'm damn near out here by myself, and now you're abandoning me too, that really just put the nail in the coffin. And not only are you abandoning me, but you're abandoning me. I feel like I'm not saying that word right, but not only did you leave me, but you left me to raise our son by ourselves, you know, and that hurts, because you don't want to be a statistic. You don't ever want to see yourself in that predicament. No, I never wanted to be a single mom. I never wanted to take on the responsibility of having a child and raising him or her all by myself. Like, it's a lot of work. When you're doing it correctly, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, period. But when you're doing it the right way, the righteous way, it's a lot of work. And I say it because a lot of us are breaking the cycles of past generations. My parents had me young, teenage parents. So they were doing what they saw before them. And my parents basically, you know, they gave me a roof over my head. They put decent clothes and shoes on my back and on my feet. They fed me. But there was no love. There was no emotional connection. Like I said, I grew up with my feelings being tossed to the side. Like, you're a kid. You shouldn't be worrying about nothing. You shouldn't be crying. You shouldn't be angry. What you worried about? I'm the one that got to pay bills and go to work and blah, 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 blah. And that messes with you. And as I've gotten older, I realized, it was my childhood that laid the groundwork for everything that I'm going through right now. Like, wow. So yeah, I'm not raising my son like that. So this is a lot of work. But no matter what you're doing, when you're raising a child, it takes more than one person. So the real thing that had me down these past, I'd say about a year and a half, 2 years, besides the pandemic and all that other stuff, was I got my heart broken. Like, I really got my heart broken and stomped on. And me and my child's father, it had gotten to the point where we couldn't even be in the same room with one another. I told him I hated him multiple times. I couldn't even stand the sight of him, the smell of him. I couldn't stand his voice. It was just all too triggering. And it put me in dilemma, because I'm like, you get on my nerves, but we still have a child. There's a child in the midst of all this, and he is the one that is hurt. I'm hurt, yes. We're both hurt, but he is the one that's missing out. You know, he's seeing us argue, hearing us argue. He's with me all the time, and he's wondering where his father is. And I ain't gonna say his father is a deadbeat, because he isn't, but he was motherfucking acting like it for a little second, you know. He was acting like it. And it got to a point where I blocked him on everything. I didn't even want to look at him, hear from him, see him, none of that. And then, like I said, you're trying to break those generational patterns. I'm like, yeah, we beefing, but that don't stop our responsibility as adults and as parents. So I was trying to get him to see that even though we beefing, you still got to come see and do for your son. Like, I'm beefing with you and my heart is broke and I'm in my feelings, but I still get up and I'm a mother, not only to our child, but to myself. I have to get up and feed him and clothe him and feed and clothe myself. And a lot of people don't talk about how difficult it is to be healing and reparent yourself, and let alone be trying to raise a child. You know, it's already difficult for yourself, but still having to get up in the midst of being depressed and feeling like shit and just blah, still got to get up and be strong for another human being. That's a whole nother story time. But for for like 2020, 2 years we was beefing. Our child was getting taken care of, but it was, you know, it was resistance, it was strife, it was cussing each other out and blocking each other and just being real nasty towards one another. And then it made him not even want to come back around, you know. So he started being very inconsistent with getting his child. And I'm like, that's not fair, because our son sees me 24/8. I'm waking up every day trying to be the best mom that I could be and the best person that I can be. And he sees me every day, and I'm doing everything. Paying bills, running a household, taking care of myself, taking care of him. Clothing, feeding, cooking, shopping, just everything, all by myself. And when I ask you to do this, that, and the third, you know, you're not on child support. You're not on any paperwork. I'm trying to be adults. I'm trying to be civil. And I'm trying to, you know, keep our problems amongst us. Like, we're a team. We're supposed to be working with each other, not against each other. But we was bumping heads and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. And this is what, like, 2020, 21, for a whole year. So 2022, January 2022, I just said, you know what, forget it, because I keep trying to do things my way and it's not working, because other things I was trying to do and they weren't working. Like 2022, I had tried to go back and get a job after God told me that I didn't need to go that route. He didn't say I didn't need one. He just said, you don't need to go that route. It's not the time. But, you know, money running low. You want to do things. Bills piling up. I'm like, God, hello. Sorry about that. I'm like, hello, knock, knock. Do you hear us, sister? Oh, wait. I ain't got no camera stand, so I'm out here on this little makeshift one that I made up. But yeah, I'm like, hello, God, you know, can you hear me? You know, so everything just started to really fall apart. And then he had got a new girlfriend, and y'all know how that go. He was trying to be loyal to her and please her and shame me in the process of trying to be loyal to her, you know, because how women are. We gonna ask, oh, you got a baby mama? You know, you still like her? You still fuck with her? You still talk to her? You still care about her? So he was trying to play me to the left, like, nah, I don't care about her. So he created a whole lot of strife with that. While I'm over here minding my business, he brings a new person, I won't even say person because she cool, but he brings a new energy into our situation. You're already lying and not being truthful. And then you're going to bring another energy into the mix of what we got going on. And you're creating more drama. You're creating more chaos by simply not being honest. So, yeah, I just totally removed myself. And I just said, God, I'm tired of all this beef. I'm tired of all this toxicity. I'm tired of all this drama. I'm just tired of being angry. I'm tired of always being the one that's only doing the work. So I just said, forget it. I stopped trying to make him change and stopped trying to force the situation to be what I wanted it to be or what I pictured it to be. And I truly surrendered. And of course, you build up to this point as you're healing and as you're, on your growth journey. But I finally just said, fuck it, with everything. I cut off everybody. All the little fake friends, all the little fake ass family members I was holding on to. Cut off the little side lovers and the niggas who was trying to get at me. Cut them off. I cut myself off because I'm like, I'm tired of what I'm doing. It's false. You can't be on the fence. You either gonna jump all the way into this and really be the person that you know you are destined to be and designed to be and show up as her and do what needs to be done, do the work, or you gonna keep playing and we just gonna keep this cycle going. So I really just told myself, I'm like, look, I'm tired of this cycle. We 30 years old, we got a child, we ain't got time to keep playing with ourselves. Like, life is ticking and passing by and we still stuck on this bullshit. So I was like, long story short, I just surrendered. I gave it all to God. I cut everybody off. It hurts to cut everyone off, but there's a point in the journey where you're going to have to go alone and everybody can't come with you. And that was the thing. I wanted these people with me. I wanted these energies with me. I didn't want to be alone. I'm like, God, I've been alone my whole life. I never really had any real down friends. Never really had no person to be real with me. So I was like, no, I want somebody around. I need somebody around. And God's like, no, you only need me. And when I finally accepted that and put my trust in God and let him have his way in my life, things leveled out. It didn't happen overnight. Like, it took all of 2022 for me to just be unbothered. So I stopped giving my time and my energy to everyone. And I decided that I was going to pour into myself. I stopped answering the phone. Because a lot of the people that I had around me, they were leeches anyway. Leeching off my good energy and my light. They could always call on me and they could always lean on my shoulder. But when I needed them and was going through the most toughest time of my life, I had no one. So I was like, yeah, this is not the type of friendship or relationship that I want. You're cut. And it hurt. It hurt because it's like, damn, now I ain't got nobody to talk to. My phone dry as hell. I don't get no type of text, no nothing. The scammers don't even hit me up no more because I blocked their ass too. But yeah, my phone don't ring, it don't bing, it don't ding. I don't get no type of notifications on anything. But that's the way God wanted it, because God needed me alone to hear my voice, for me to hear his voice and his instruction and his direction. So the end of 2022, it ended with a bang. It was time to move. I lost my apartment. It was nothing that I could do. I tried everything, but it was nothing. It was just out of my hands. It was a tower, and it was a moment that God orchestrated so I could trust him deeper and believe that he had my back. So I lost my place. And everyone I spoke to, they were like, you're taking this pretty well. I said, I don't have no choice. I don't have no choice. You know, and sometimes God has to get you in a place where you don't have no choice but to trust him. And that was one of those moments. I lost, excuse me, I just had lunch. I lost my housing, and my housing was my security for me and my son. I had already lost my car earlier in the year of 2022, but I was like, I ain't going nowhere anyway, and gas is high as hell. But my home. But God, yeah, I'm like, my home, God. But God will really strip you of everything just to see how down you are, and to build up your character, and to build your trust, and to build your faith. So I'm not mad at how everything went down a couple months ago, because technically the new year is this month anyway. So what I wanted for November, December, January, February, I'm finna get this month, and I can feel it. I know it. So I'm not stressing. I ain't mad about it no more. But the update is I cut everyone off, and now everyone's crawling back slowly but surely to apologize, you know, to check up on me. Oh, I just wanted to see, you know, what you was doing. You know, instead of clapping back and getting upset, remove access. Access denied. And that's what I did. I was too available for everyone, and I wasn't available for myself, and it was messing with me. So I cut off access to everyone. And now, like the past month or so, everybody been trying to trickle their way back in and see what's up with me, and I'm not answering. I forgive you, but access is still denied. And the progress that I really wanted to talk about was the progress with my child's father. Keep in mind, all of 2022, we weren't talking. It was a simple, I'm coming to pick up my child. Okay, cool. His bag packed. Bye, nigga. Now, we're actually talking to one another. And we're not talking to argue. We're not talking at each other. We're talking to understand. This time apart and this separation has given us both a chance to be accountable, and given us both a chance to grow, and it's given a chance for God to work. Divine timing. Divine timing. I wanted what we're doing now. I wanted this shit 3-4 years ago. You know, I just wanted him to be consistent and handle his responsibilities and own up to what he had done. You know, so slowly but surely, I don't even have to call and say anything to him anymore. Whatever our child needs, he gets. When we on the phone, and that's what prompted me to write in my journal. I'm going to show y'all my journal excerpt. But when we're on the phone now, it used to be, you did this, well, you did this, you did that, and no problem got solved. Now, when we on the phone, it's crickets. And it's not bad crickets. It's just a awkward silence, because we so used to bickering, and we're so used to being at each other's necks, that now when we be on the phone, it's like, dang, I ain't got nothing else to say. You gonna come pick him up on this day? Okay, cool. And I'll just be sitting on the phone, stunned, flabbergasted, because we would usually be on the phone for like an hour plus, just going back and forth. So much time be done passed. I'm like, bruh, we ain't even talked about what we was on the phone supposed to be talking about. You gonna come get the boy or not? But now, what God's doing, and me not trying to have my hand in it, and that's really the message, with me falling back and just focusing on myself and allowing God to handle the situation, instead of me always trying to step in and be judge, executioner, and jury, and all that. God has worked the situation out. Yeah, he's worked it out. Now, He come get his child with no problem. And I prayed on this situation many nights. Cried about it too. But he comes and get his child now with no problem, no hesitation. Asks me, is there anything that he needs? And I just be like, wow. So I'm going to read y'all a little excerpt. Of what I wrote in my journal. Just to give y'all a little realness. You feel me? Okay. I entitled it Peace. And that was another message too. That when you're so used to chaos and you're so used to the drama in your head always spinning, that when you have peace, it's like, you try to revert to your old ways and be like, well, how can I create some drama? How can I stir some shit up? And ignore all the background noise. They're trying to distract me. When I was just out here, only been out here like 20 minutes. But now as I'm getting to the meat of what I really want to talk about, all these people want to pop up. But anywho, what I wrote was peace. I said, anywho, healing is funny. When you coming out of survival mode and actually see results, it's like too good to be true. I'm finally emotionally releasing my ex. Feels good. Feels awesome, actually. I pray for our relationship and co-parenting to be better. It was always resistance because I was trying to make him change. Make him do things my way instead of letting God have the reins. I've been so used to chaos and drama that now that we have peace, I'm flabbergasted. I don't be having shit to say. Our communication is getting better. We talk now to actually listen and understand. We're not talking at each other or pointing the finger. We're holding ourselves accountable and manning up to raise our child. Now when we on the phone, it's pleasant. It's peace. All in God's timing. I'm just so amazed because we love to just talk and vibe when we first met. So for us to have been at each other's necks like that and not talking, it really broke my heart because I'm like, we used to talk all the time, you know? I'm glad something going right. And that was another message. While you're healing, don't focus on what's going wrong or what went wrong. Focus on what is going right. Like what is happening for you now in the present moment. Because progress is being made. Even if it's just a baby step. Progress is being made. Do not beat yourself up. I'm glad something is going right. I count it all joy. Takes some getting used to. But I absolutely love the changes that are happening for me. Not to me, but for me. Thank you, God. We are both learning consistency. Sometimes you stepping up into your power and doing the work is the change. You are the change. You are the blueprint, the prototype, the inspiration. And I'm going to leave with that being the last message too, because sometimes we feel like we got to make folks change, or it's our job or our duty to, oh, you going to do this, you going to get this work, you know. But life is so simple when you make it so complicated. Wasn't it President Obama who was like, who said, you know, be the change that you want to see? I know he didn't coin that, but that's the first person that popped into my head. Michael Jackson too. You know, man in the mirror. Be the change that you want to see. If you want things, react to what people and the environment react to what you're putting out. So if you're changing, by law, everything around you has to change. Everything around you has to level up. By me focusing on myself and pulling back and having my boundaries, enforcing them and maintaining them, respecting myself, loving myself, my baby father had no choice but to get right, but to act right. So sometimes it is up to you. You hold all the power, and you have to change in order for things around you to change. You can't wait for anybody else. You can't force anybody. If you are receiving a message to step your life up and do what you need to do, you need to do it, because your life depends on it. And I wrote that journal entry yesterday, and I was just like, wow, what if I never learned boundaries? What if I never learned self-respect? I would still be in that traumatic cycle of getting played, getting heartbroken, and just feeling lost. So yeah, that's my progress story. I'll be back with another one, because the next step is going to be what I'm feeling internally is going to show externally. Because right now I'm looking a little rough, but I feel so awesome and so golden and so renewed on the inside. And because I feel that way and it's happening on the inside, it has no choice but to show on the outside. So until next time, you guys, I hope this message, this story time, inspires you, motivates you to continue on your journey and to make the decisions that you need to make to be a better you, and to not force your environment to change, but to just be the inspiration, be the example, be the blueprint, be the prototype. You know, you want change in your life, you're going to have to get up and do something different. Straight like that, just like that. So this has been Zanisha Lynn with Shut the Fuck Up and Meditate. I hope this video inspires one of God's children out there. So comment down below if you made it this far, and if you like the video, like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.